All right, everyone, welcome back. I'm so excited for this deep dive.
Yeah, this one is going to be a good one.
It really is. Today, we're asking a pretty fundamental question, I think. What does it mean to be an individual? And especially
Especially in today's world.
especially in today's world,
Yeah.
because it's a crazy world.
Right.
And the source material we're looking at is arguing that this is not just an academic question. It has huge EE implications.
This is like down to earth, rubber meets the road kind of stuff.
It really is.
Yeah.
And they're connecting it to things like mental health, the
Yeah.
rise of AI, education,
Mhm.
all these big issues.
And this source is really saying that not getting this definition right
Mhm.
has led to a lot of these problems.
Yeah. Is that too strong of a statement? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, when you look at it, they make a pretty compelling argument that when you think about how much our world is changing, how much technology is impacting us,
Right.
and the pace of it all.
Yeah.
If we don't understand what it means to be human at the core level,
Yeah.
how can we possibly hope to deal with these issues?
It's almost like we're building the car as we're driving down the road.
100%.
Yeah.
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 And this source makes a really interesting point that I think is important to highlight.
Okay.
It says that the answer to this question of what it means to be an individual is actually hiding in plain sight.
Okay. Hiding in plain sight. I like that. So what does that even mean?
Right. It sounds a little mysterious, but
Yeah.
what it's really saying is we don't need to go on some kind of,
A mystical journey.
exactly. It's not about, ancient texts or
Yeah.
hidden rituals or anything like that. It's really about looking at ourselves
Yeah.
and the world around us in a very clear and simple way.
So it's not that the answer is complicated.
Right.
It's that we've been
We've been overcomplicating it, me.
overcomplicating it.
Yeah.
We're looking in the wrong places.
Yeah, potentially. And, this source really emphasizes that the individual is not just another thing in the material world.
Mhm.
So what does that mean? I mean,
Okay, yeah. What does that mean?
well, it means we're not just a collection of atoms
Okay.
or a bunch of cells or even a really complex computer program.
Yeah.
There's this tendency, especially with advances in fields like AI,
Right.
to reduce the human being.
To a series of ones and zeros.
Exactly, to data points,
Yeah.
to algorithms.
Yeah. And the source actually has a kind of funny example about that, right?
Oh, yeah, they talk about,
Something about Elon Musk and AI.
right, this idea of, if we were really just computers,
Yeah.
would AI be making us coffee or would we be making AI coffee?
Right. Like who's really in charge?
And of course, it's a humorous example,
Yeah.
but it makes a serious point
Yeah.
that there's something fundamentally different about
Yeah.
being human.
So then what is it? What does the source say is at the heart of being an individual?
So they define the individual in a few key ways. They say
Okay.
the individual is aware of being aware.
Okay.
That's a big one. It's this self-awareness, this ability to reflect on ourselves and our place in the world.
So we're not just reacting
Right.
to stimuli
Right.
like robots.
Exactly.
There's a level of
There's a consciousness there.
Yeah.
A higher level of awareness.
okay.
And then they talk about this idea of being a source of life energy.
Okay.
So not just receiving energy, but actually generating it,
Mhm.
being creative,
Yeah.
bringing new things into the world. And then this power of choice.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
This is huge. The ability to make decisions, to take responsibility for those decisions.
Right. And not just be, you know, pre-programmed to do whatever.
Exactly. And along with that comes responsibility and integrity, this idea of having principles
Okay.
and living in accordance with them.
So kind of like aligning your actions with your values.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And then finally, and I think this is really important,
Okay.
they talk about the ability to cooperate,
Okay.
to self-correct, and to improve. So it's recognizing that we're not perfect. We're all works in progress.
Yeah.
But we have this capacity to learn and grow
Yeah.
and to become better versions of ourselves.
And to work together to do it.
And to work together, exactly. So it's this really, I think,
Yeah.
empowering.
It is empowering because it's saying, okay, well, we're not just cogs in the machine.
Right.
We're not just,
Or slaves to our biology.
yeah.
Yep.
Like we actually have the power to make choices, to shape our lives, to shape our world.
Absolutely. And the source really leans into that. They talk about how
Yeah.
this understanding of the individual highlights the incredible potential that we all have.
Yes.
The love of freedom that is inherent in being human.
Hmm.
And this natural resistance to being controlled.
Yes. That we all have this like inner Don't tell me what to do.
Yes.
Right.
And it's kind of inspiring when you think about it.
It is.
That we have this innate desire to be free.
And that makes me think about those big issues we talked about at the beginning, like mental health and the way education works.
Yeah.
If we start approaching these issues from the perspective of what does it mean to be an individual, could that unlock some solutions?
I think that's exactly what this source is suggesting,
Okay.
that it could lead to a revolution in how we think about the humanities.
Yeah.
New approaches to education, art,
Mhm.
psychology,
Yeah.
even things like drug abuse, or which they specifically mention.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about how, if we understand the individual as this,
Have this
there's
collective.
powerful force, this creative force that has the ability to choose and be responsible,
Yeah.
then maybe we can start to address these problems in a more effective way.
So it's almost like we're giving people the tool to empower themselves.
Exactly. It's about empowerment.
Okay. Yeah. And I remember that the source had
A warning.
a warning, right?
Yeah, they're very clear about saying, be careful of anyone who tries to define you as just a machine or as a pawn in some grand scheme.
Yeah. As just a means to an end rather than an end in themselves.
Exactly. They're saying recognize your own value,
Yeah.
your own agency.
Your own inherent power.
Yes.
Your inherent power.
Okay, wow. So we've covered a lot of ground here. We started with this question, what does it mean to be an individual?
Right.
And this source is arguing that getting that definition right is actually key to tackling some of the biggest challenges we're facing.
And to really living a fulfilling life, right?
Absolutely. So for everyone listening, where do we even go from here? What's the next step?
Well, I think that's the question we all need to grapple with. If the individual has this immense potential, then what are the barriers that are preventing us from unlocking it? And how can understanding this definition, this idea of who we truly are,
Yeah.
help us overcome those barriers?
Both individually and collectively, right?
Exactly.
Okay. That is a lot to think about. But that's what deep dives are for, right?
That's what we're here for, to really dig into these big questions. So keep thinking about it, keep exploring. And as always, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks, everyone.